like the last one, you know, it's funny when you up.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's hard, mate, but you get used to it. Right, welcome back to another video. Today we've got range bull versus premium bull. So Fordy's been down to the local range to acquire a range bull.
This beauty.
Yep. So a Strixon, we believe, one-piece range bull. So we're going to be putting it up against a ProV1. Obviously, there's been a lot of chat, a lot of buzz online just about kind of range bull versus premium bull. And obviously, it's going to be very interesting to take a dive into seeing what, you know, just a local range bull, how does it perform against the ProV1? So we're going to be hitting a full wedge shot, full 7-iron shot, and a full driver shot. Just going to dive in and, you know, just really see what the differences are.
For all we know, that is just a bog standard range bull.
Yeah.
So
definitely not range bull connoisseurs, but
no.
Just went and grabbed one and dive in and see what the differences are like. Okay, right, so we're going to jump into starting off with the full, we're going to hit a gap wedge, so 50 degree, full shots with that. 40 is going to hit ProV1 and then range bull. I'm also going to be hitting today as well from a lower swing speed perspective. A bit of a dodgy wrist and dodgy elbow, so I'm going to be taking it easy, but I think that will give a good kind of comparison between speed and lower speed when it comes to the data. Right, so let's jump in.
Yeah. White the same.
So what would be your kind of full gap wedge yardage, do you think, roughly?
That's a very good question.
Don't know.
140?
He doesn't know his yardages.
We're about... I could have told you that. I don't know my yardages.
There we go.
Be my first ace.
It's a bit better. Yeah,
oh.
Shot. Zippage. Yep. 12,000 back spring. 26 and 12,000. It's a good launch. That's your 50, isn't it?
That is 50, yeah, 50.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to launch in almost half the loft of the iron, so that's pretty solid. Yeah. I haven't even had a warm up. I feel like this is unfair, I'm not going to lie.
Excuses.
Right.
Sounded good, that, yeah. Good one? Yeah, pretty good. Right on the line. Pretty good.
Right, going into the range ball, same shot, full gap wedge. Let's see what the numbers say on this.
Sounded better.
Interesting, yardage pretty much the same, isn't it? I actually haven't moved the green back, so
That's, yeah, more spin, but yardage is the same.
a lot more spin actually, wasn't it?
13,135.
Yeah.
That's 1,000 more than my highest one.
Yeah.
Sounded good. Yeah.
Right, it's so thin and it's going to go in the hole. Go on.
Bottom
Go in the hole.
Oh!
Oh! How did that not go in?
I think it has.
No, I don't think it did. It stopped at like, 7 inches. 7 inches.
Oh, I thought that had gone in.
Oh, it's so good, mate. My fins are so good.
That is outrageous if that had gone in. Alright, that sounded more flushed.
It was, it was better. That quite hurt, but...
So that
yeah,
was
like
11,759.
For me, that spin there is so...
That's high.
That's super high.
Well, you were spinning the Pro V at what, 9.5?
Yeah, no, I think 9.9 was the highest one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that is so high. Right, so that's both of us done with 50s with both ProV1 and the range ball. So now we're jumping into full 7-iron shots. First up is going to be the ProV1.
What is the green at?
190. Is that right?
I don't know. I do not know. Wasn't the best strike, but I think it's got there.
Yep.
That's done
6 carry.
very well.
Yep. Nice. Very nice. That sounded striped.
That is a good one.
Not bad guess, 190. Is that 195?
I think there we go, that's how far it's out. It's a good strike.
Yep, better. Yep.
Right, so we're keeping, this is range ball, we're keeping the distance the same.
Yep, this is the same. Range ball, your 7 iron. See what the numbers say.
It feels so different off the face.
Yeah.
So different.
Does it feel softer?
Yeah, it does, but there's no feeling in like the grip of the club. If that makes sense. There's no
vibrations.
There's no vibrations at all. No.
So yeah, again, I think we'll talk about it more towards the end. But the launch and spin is so different, like so different. That is so spinny. 9,300.
That's nuts, isn't it?
So you've gone 2,000 more.
2,000 more, yeah.
Yeah, and lost quite a lot of ball speed as well. Yeah. Nice shot. It's 10 yards short easily, probably more.
Every shot is about 5 to 10 yards, you know.
Yeah. I think it's funny though from a fitting perspective as well, because you are like looking at those launch conditions solely, like low launch, high spin. So I wouldn't really be wanting to get the launch any lower than that, but would certainly be wanting to get the spin down. Mm-hmm. So ironically, we'd probably be looking at a different ball. Which is something I do a lot in fittings. We swap and change between different balls to try and get the launch conditions exactly where we want them to be with the club that works best for you. Yeah. So like matching everything up.
Yeah.
There's obviously using a range ball.
Yeah.
a bit
New bit stuff, yeah.
From the start, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you go buy some ProVs from the shop, that's that's your only option.
Pretty expensive fitting.
Yeah.
Rock up with 17 dozen of your own ProV1s to hit out onto the range.
Oh my god.
It's a good strike.
Insane. Yeah, like, it was actually okay. I mean, that is just mental. That is
so
mental.
what's feedback from that? Where are you expecting that? What were you expecting that to do?
A little bit leaky right, to be fair, which is pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
But it was a good strike.
Yeah.
So again, you see the efficiency there, like straight away, like ball speed 122. Again, I'd probably expect that 127, 128. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
so instantly down and backspin 8-2.
Yeah, insanely spinny.
Again, sounded good. It's right on the line.
It was a tiny bit bottomy, that one, but
done well.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
Go in the hole. Go in the hole. Nearly had the first dunk on the channel. Nearly.
Yeah. Have you had a hole in one?
We'll get a couple.
Have you had any on the golf course?
What, like on the sim or actually on a real life?
On a real course?
No.
What was the hesitation? What have you done on a pitch and
don't play real golf.
I have never had one, which is infuriating.
Yeah. It's
been playing golf for 25 years or whatever it is, and I've never had one.
Right, into driver. This is going to be an interesting one. Very interesting. Looking forward to this. And that actually sounded a bit off the top.
It was a bit toey, yeah.
Okay. Probably going to be a bit of a low spinner for you, I reckon.
Which kind of helps.
Yeah, that's gone 337.
Getting a bit toey, but
yeah, again, like it's good, decent flight though.
Not the end of the world.
Yeah, like 320 carry.
Good strike.
Yep. It's like perfect numbers, isn't it? Like absolutely nutted out the middle.
3:28.9 finish. Take that.
Yeah. Better strike?
Better strike, yeah.
Nice shape, right down the line.
Wow.
Yards carry. This is going to be ball speed, isn't it? Yeah, your ball speed's down at 172. Spin up at 4.4. Wow. Yeah. Definitely don't be using a range ball down course for a driver.
No.
Not the one.
Crazy like ball speed as well.
So low for you. I mean, I'd be great. I'd love that. But nice.
I mean, it's a struggle, but it's
260 carry.
So hard to get anything out of it.
Welcome to the world of a normal player here.
170. Feel like you got that?
Yeah, I was nutted.
Interesting to see what this does.
I think you'll be surprised by that, actually.
270, 285,
You'll be surprised by that one.
Let's have a look at the old ball speed.
So ball speed obviously is just insanely rubbish.
Yeah.
Launch and spin, actually, 12 and 22.
Not too bad, is it?
Pretty good, yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, that ball speed, I mean, it's 160 down from, I mean, yeah, it's a 10 mile an hour drop off easily, isn't it?
Yeah.
And 35 efficiency. Again, nutted. It's like the same. It's very consistent.
Very similar. That's the thing. It's not fluctuating.
No. 135 smash, 119 club, 160 ball. Again, 2400 spin.
Great strikes as well.
Strikes have actually been really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just. Yeah. Right, let's take a look at these numbers. So, so for some reason, the 50 degree for the ProV and the Ranger didn't pull the spin numbers through. We're going to edit them over. So yeah, first of all, looking at your numbers, the 50 and the 50, we've got the ball speed is actually very similar, which is fine. Big difference in launch and spin. I mean, carry yards, ultimately, it kind of was exactly the same. There was no difference in yardage, but there was a huge difference in launch and spin. ProV1 launching at 28, spinning at 11,800. Pretty strong spin numbers for your kind of delivering your speed. And then looking at the range ball, it launched way lower and spun at 13,100. So there's obviously just more friction going on, which is really weird because it just felt like such a soft ball.
Yeah, through impact, it was hard to feel the ball itself. It was a really strange feeling compared to Pro V.
Could not feel it. And then moving into 7-iron, I mean, now we start to see a big difference in ball speed. 9 mile an hour you lost with the range ball versus Pro V1. And again, exactly the same story. Pro V1 launched a lot higher and spun a lot less. 2,000 difference, 2,100 difference, and 2 degrees of launch difference, which is massive.
That was huge. That was a really big spin change. I could just see it on the ball flight. It was nuts.
And I mean, from a fitting perspective, now obviously we'd be looking at numbers, trying to alter them. I think we discussed in the video, maybe change the ball, but we'd be looking at getting that spin way down, which would mean the fitting, you'd end up with something that's completely different if you were using that ball. And then you get out on the course and then be hitting your Pro V1, Pro V1X, whatever. It would just be so different. It would be massively different. And then the driver, I mean, again, it's a massive difference with you. It's a 13 mile an hour ball speed.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it was just going nowhere, couldn't get anything out of it.
No ball speed whatsoever.
Yeah.
Launch actually, on average, pretty similar, but spin again, over 1,000 more, 1,100 more. It's just, and again, from a fitting perspective, that would be completely different head design, completely different loft, completely different shaft, and then you'd get out on course and it would probably just be almost diving out of the air. So, I mean, the reality nowadays is that you're probably not going to go to someone who's going to fit you with a one-piece range ball. It's probably not going to happen. It's probably more of a fun test. But
if someone tries, don't do that.
If you do, just run away quite quickly.
Yeah.
Cool, right, so diving into my numbers, again, it's pretty much the same sort of story, really, isn't it? I mean, you see, it's probably less difference in just much lower launch, much higher spin. I mean, again, 9,400 backspin with the Pro V1 with my 50, jumping up to 11,400. I mean, it's 2,000 revs of spin difference. It's absolutely insanely different, to be honest.
Yeah.
Again, with the 7-iron, we went from a 1.8 carry down to a 170 carry. 2 degrees launch difference, 2,000 spin difference again. So it's going to be a massively different ball flight. And even in that ball flight window, the red versus blue, you can see how different the ball flight is. Absolutely massively different. And then driver, pretty much 10 mile an hour drop in ball speed. But surprisingly, the launch conditions, as you say, pretty good for me.
They weren't too bad. No,
really
some of the drivers, you'd be happy with them, but you can just, the ball speed, it was impossible to get over that number.
Yeah.
No matter how hard how well you struck it, you were never going to get above that 160 mark, were you really?
No. But yeah, I guess the big story here is, the difference in launch and spin, regardless, is absolutely massive. So, I mean, if you are going to get fit, I mean, obviously some people say that they'd love to see the ball flight. I'd love to be able to fit outside using proper balls. Unfortunately, we don't have the space to do that. But even then, I like to jump from, AVX to Pro V1, Pro V1X, Chrome Soft X, TP, whatever it might be, I'll be chopping and changing throughout, and this just gives us the ability to really dial in those launch conditions with the right setup. Even if you love a setup, we can tweak around with the ball to get the ball flight in the right position. So just being aware that really making sure you're using the right ball during your fitting process as well. Please do not use a range ball. Just a good fun test, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, you think we grow up our entire lives using these balls, and you know we'd all do that, go there after work and hit a bucket of range balls, and it's interesting to know that if you're hitting them slightly badly, then it accentuates how bad that's going. So don't feel too bad if it's looking not so great on the range. And no, it was good fun to see the difference. I think we've always spoken about that at the range with friends, so it's nice to see the numbers.
100%. Right, cool. Let us know what you thought. Like, comment, subscribe, and again, stay tuned because we are going to be bringing you loads more great content through 2022.
22, I think we're in.
22. Right, see you soon.